What's good, everybody? Welcome in to The Early Edge, your sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it's not close. All of the odds on The Early Edge are presented by our great partners, the king of all sports books, BetMGM. Now, Tuesday at the brand, solid 4-2, and at the site, even more success there. It's all about the information. Now, you break it down a little bit further. You guys all know it. I see it in the chat already. Our man Buckets, just get out of his way. He is cashing ticket after ticket. And the way he did it yesterday, that game, if you watched it, wow. Like the 87th minute we cash. It's how we do it. Play it all the way to the end. Now, you guys know it's Wednesday. That means today at 3 p.m. Eastern time, our college football mega preview. Me, AB, Chip, EC, all four of us will be here to break down the entire week in college football. But do not forget, there is football tonight. So what do? We have so many different leagues playing. I bring in my absolute very best. Here are the stars of the show. You know them. You love them. We go five wide. My man, the guru, is here. The counselor is here. Amags is here. And of course, the maestro, Larry Hartstein, is here. Gentlemen, we've got a lot to break down. We have a lot to get to. But it begs the question. I got to go to the guru because your boy has been the hottest. The soccer group, the soccer crew gets our 15 seconds this morning. Good morning, Martin.
Good morning, Coach. Delighted to see Buckets cashing tickets left, right, and centre. Congratulations, Buckets. Hope you can keep it going. And lots of big games in the week ahead. So lots more opportunities to get some juicy profit.
You're damn right. That's how you use your 15 seconds. Speaking of big games, that's exactly where we're going to start. The biggest game being played tonight. And, of course, the Rangers have a chance to do the unthinkable. Spend an entire postseason and not lose one single solitary game on the road. It's been amazing. Here are the numbers. Basically, even Steven again. Minus 110 on both sides. The total, 8.5. So, Maestro, let me start with you. Do the Rangers get it done tonight?
Yeah, I can't get in the way of this train. That's 110 straight playoff road games. Nadia Eovaldi wasn't good in his first start in the series, but he did strike out 8, and I trust him to make some good adjustments because he's been outstanding throughout the postseason. And on the other side, Zach Gallen, last 4 starts, 6 homers allowed, does not have a quality start in there. He's got a 5.27 ERA in the postseason. I kind of wish Martin's Phillies were in this World Series. It might be a little more competitive.
There's no doubt about that. It's almost like they're whimpering a little white flag. Counselor, let me come to you, big boy, because sometimes when you have the pressure, it can make it even worse. The Rangers don't seem to feel any pressure on the road.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, it's such a good call. Like, this is a team that has captured the moment by not even feeling the moment. It looks like they're just playing baseball. And this is one of those situations where I feel like I have to back you, Eovaldi. Listen, early in the season, I was a big Zach Gallen guy. I was talking about him as potentially a Cy Young winner, but it hasn't been the best of seasons as it relates to Zach Gallen's talent. And he's been a little reckless with the strike zone. I mean, I could see him walking some batters. That's been an issue for him. And I just think Texas is just humming too. Like, it's just, they're too good right now, even without Garcia. So minus 110, I'll take it. And by the way, I kind of have to take this, right? Because a week ago, if you recall, when we talked about series prices and how we were going to play this, I had the Rangers 4-1 at plus 600. So it's looking pretty good for that if the Rangers can win.
You're exactly right. And our other man that I'm coming to right now, speaking of tout, I believe that I'm setting on a little ticket over here, Amags, that says the Rangers to win game 1 and the Rangers to win the series at plus money. Who gave that out on the show, sir?
That would be me, Coach. That was last week's show. We played that. And so I guess that's the wrinkle number 1, I would say, in this matchup here. And I say that because I got the hat on. I'm going to take the D-backs. I'll go on the other side of Maestro and Sia here. And I think that it's just about, look, team back against the wall. If you want to call it a Medusa at the back end of their bullpen, the 3-headed snake with Sewald, Ginkel, and Thompson, they all 3 have not pitched since the 27th. They will be in this game. I think they help shorten the game for the D-backs. D-backs do enough against Eovaldi in the bullpen for Texas. So I actually will take the D-backs on the other side. But, hey, if the Rangers win, we cash that ticket.
Wow. So we've got some different. Counselor, go.
Well, I was just 2 things real quick. I mean, Amags analysis, did it not lend itself to a Rangers first 5, get away from that bullpen a little bit? And by the way, the other observation is Amags really stepping up his game here? He's got the matching shirt or whatever that is, pull over with the Arizona Diamondbacks hat. Like, this guy he's ready for the majors.
Oh, yeah. I broke it out because it matched. But to John in the chat there, he said I look like the guy that was stealing signs for Michigan. That was my Halloween costume.
Really?
That's actually pretty funny. That's actually pretty funny. By the way, and he must have known that we were heading into Pick the Prop next, because guess who just showed up in the chat? Oh, the Minty from our man Martin W. Green. His man Bucket simply says hello. Well, I would say if you have any soccer questions, but the way he's going, ask him anything. Last night he played the Diamondbacks at plus 9.5 live and cashed it. You can't make it up. You just simply can't make it up. Any questions for our man Buckets? Put it into the chat. By the way, hit that like button while you're doing it. He will answer them in real time. So we head right into Pick the Prop, gentlemen. Here are the numbers. And my goodness, Corey Seager. How do you not pick Corey Seager? My goodness, plus 300. Christian Walker, Mr. Marte, who has that ridiculously long hitting streak. Marcus Semien, he was a beast last night. I think 5 RBI, 6 RBI, something like that. Corbin Carroll, plus 625. So, Counselor, I'm coming to you first. Pick the prop.
Well, I'm on the Rangers here, so it's hard for me to get away from Semien or Corey Seager. I think you're right about Seager. He's just crushing it. He is living in the moment, and I expect him to have a good game. Plus 300 to hit a home run. I'll take that.
Absolutely. This guy is so locked in, Maestro. So locked in.
Yeah, 19 postseason homers. And the thing that he's doing is he's swinging at basically every strike that they throw. There was an article that showed that he had swung at 23 of the first 27 first pitch strikes that he's seen, 76 of 91 strikes. So if it's anywhere close, this guy goes up there hacking. He hasn't walked in 3 games, which is kind of crazy that the Diamondbacks are even pitching to him. But yeah, I'll go with Seager.
Not that they missed him last night, but Adolis Garcia will miss the remainder of the World Series because of that injury. Amags, coming to you. Pick the prop.
I do like Seager. I think it's a good pick. But if Buckets is in the chat, I think I got to go off the board.
Oh.
I think that another lefty in that lineup, and now we know Gallen has struggled against lefties in terms of giving up home runs, 14 in less at-bats given up to lefties than righties. So I like the look with another lefty here, and Evan Carter at plus 750.
Evan Carter. I know we've talked a lot about his kind of low-key ability, Counselor, right, to maybe be MVP. I don't think it's going to happen now, but there was some value there.
Yeah, I liked him at plus 1,600 when we had that show where I had the Rangers 4-1 and Amags had that brilliant bet first game and to win the series. I also bet him most hits, and I actually haven't done the tally there. That was at plus 1,100 instead of plus the 1,600. He's probably not going to get that either, but love that kid.
See, that's what I love about BetMGM. You just heard the Counselor so many different ways to make a bet within a game. So if you're not a part of what we're doing yet, let's do it right now. New BetMGM customers can sign up today and get $200 in bonus bets. Just place your first wager of at least $10 and you will receive $200 instantly in bonus bets regardless of your wager's outcome with bonus code EDGE200. EDGE200. Now, here at the Early Edge, we're all about legends. We're all about propping up the biggest games, the biggest athletes. That's exactly what we have this weekend on the women's side. A chance, perhaps for the very last time, to watch legends.
An NWSL semifinal Sunday you'll never forget, with an icon leading the Shield winners against a legend who's hanging up her boots, and a budding star looking for back-to-back championships against a squad determined to give their captain a grand finale. All on CBS Sports Network.
The Early Edge on the CBS Sports Network has kind of a nice little ring to it. Don't you guys think so?
I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's work on that. We're also going to work on his own personal dog of the day. Because hey, Coach, I'm not going to pick the prop. I need my own segment. That's exactly what we have for the Guru. So we have a little EFL Cup today. Now, Newcastle plus 225 against Man United. Interesting, that one. Arsenal, your squad, Guru, at West Ham, but West Ham is the dog, and Burnley is a dog to Everton. Quickly explain to the good people what the EFL Cup is, and where are we going?
The EFL Cup is a knockout competition which features the teams from all 4 of the top divisions in the English Football League against one another. So each round, half the teams get knocked out and half the teams advance, and then the last team standing wins, much like a playoffs. And we're already in, I think, the 4th round now. So a lot of teams have already crashed out, and you've got some pretty good teams up against one another. There's no way I'm going to bet against Arsenal, I'm afraid. Don't really like the look of Burnley at Everton either. That's the sort of game that could go either way, really. So, yeah, Newcastle definitely stand out for me on that list. They're unbeaten in 7 domestic matches. They lost in the Champions League, but they're going great in the Premier League, and they beat Man City in the previous round of the EFL Cup. Man City are the best team in the world right now, so that was a very impressive result. Manchester United are missing all 4 of their first choice defenders, so they've got really bad injury problems. So odds of plus 225 on Newcastle look great. And at that sort of odds, you can go Newcastle draw no bet at plus money.
Yes.
You can even give Newcastle a plus 0.25 Asian handicap, and you get a half win if they draw. So, yeah, I like Newcastle to get a result at Old Trafford.
I'll be honest with you. As a next level soccer capper, much like yourself, Guru, I was shocked at this number. Absolutely shocked. I'm still shocked at it. Newcastle's a really, really good team.
Yeah, they're playing really well.
Guru, as always, finding the value. That's exactly what you're all about. Now, it's time to get to our board for the day, and we're starting right back at game number 5 in the World Series. And as I look at my notes, Amags, your pick is kind of next level. The way the series has been going, what you figured out and what you picked out, I think is genius. Start us off.
Yeah, we get to be on the other side of a key number here, and I'm going to play Zach Gallen under 15.5 outs here. Look, there's not a ton that I want to bet against on the D-backs today, but this is one of them. And I think with Zach Gallen, you look at his previous games here, especially in the postseason, he's been able to get into the 6th inning, but not finish. He did finish 6 innings in not his last start, but the start before that. And it was really just a product of they had given up runs early in the game, so they didn't want to burn the bullpen. The bullpen had been burned out the day before. So I think when you look at his next start, only 5 innings last time out, probably going to stick around there today. Like I said, they have all 3 of their big-time relievers available. We've seen Thompson come into the game and work at least 1+ innings or not, 2 full innings. I think you could see him pitch the 6th and the 7th, and you bring Ginkel for the 8th, and then the 9th inning for Sewald. So 5, really, if they can get 5 strong from Gallen today, I don't think they're going to get greedy like they did against the Phillies. We saw him come out for the 6th. That 3rd time through the order can really be an issue. Came out for the 6th, gave up back-to-back homers to Schwarber and Harper. I think that Torey Lovullo is a little bit smarter today and uses his bullpen. And, one last little wrinkle here is that if the D-backs can somehow win this game, go up, win the next couple like we've seen them do in those away games, they would actually get our guy, Madison Bumgarner, a World Series ring. So, hey, you know what? If you want to put a little sprinkle on it, I don't mind it at all. Because if they win this game, their odds to win the series are going to go down.
Wow. Jared said exactly what I was going to say. I love it, Amags. Gallen should have a shorter leash today. There will be 0 leash in this baseball game today. I love this play. You got to get through 5. Nobody's getting through 5. Nobody. I love that play. That's exactly where we're going to start. Now, Jonathan says, I woke up sicker than a dog, but still can't miss the early edge. That's the dedication I'm talking about. I'm also talking about soccer. Guru, I'm coming right back to you because I love all 4 teams that somehow, some way, we're putting together in your 2 different bets. Educate me.
Thank you very much, Coach. Yeah, just a response to one of the chat saying, is the cup worth betting on, or do these clubs rest guys for next week? Some of the teams do rest their key players for the EFL Cup because it's not the most prestigious competition. So you can wait to see the starting lineups before placing your bets. They're always published an hour before the game starts. So if you want to be more cautious, you can wait and see the starting 11s to see which players have been rested. But yeah, anyway, starting off with that game, Manchester United versus Newcastle. Man United beat Newcastle 2-0 in the EFL Cup final last season. That ended a 6-year trophy drought for the club. However, things have gone downhill since then. Manager Erik ten Hag is in real trouble at the moment after that 3-0 defeat to Manchester City at the weekend. As I mentioned earlier, they're missing several key defenders through injury, so I think they're unlikely to keep a clean sheet in this game. Newcastle coming off a 2-2 draw against Wolves. As I said, they're unbeaten in 7 domestic matches. They're very dangerous going forward, but they are conceding a goal per game so far this season. So I like both teams to score here at -135. Seeing as Newcastle knocked Man City out in the last round, Liverpool and Arsenal are now the favourites to win this competition. Liverpool take on Bournemouth today. I think they should have too much firepower for the Cherries to handle. Arsenal have a tougher away game against West Ham, but the Hammers are on a 3-game losing streak right now. I think Arsenal could capitalise on their poor form. I almost went for Arsenal just a straight win at plus money, but in the end I decided to go a little bit more cautious. Arsenal draw no bet, 2-team parlay with Liverpool to win +110.
Love when you put those big names together, brings the number down, and then you just watch them score goal after goal after goal. Now, we have so many great, incredible shows. It's not just about the early edge, although we feel like we are the absolute very best, but also, the NFL is our bread and butter, and there's so many smart minds that work on a little show called this.
On the next NFL Monday QB, we mark the halfway point of the season with historic rivals battling it out in the NFC East and the top of the AFC throwing down in Arrowhead. Go under center on the only NFL show all about quarterbacks. Monday on CBS Sports Network.
Can you imagine if we threw buckets on that show, just had them walk in and sit down and start talking about quarterbacks? Literally, they would have no idea what the hell he was talking about because he doesn't know. Now, if you're a SportsLine member, you know all 4 of my guys right here. They make picks literally every single day. We got 2 plays, and we were 2 for 2 yesterday. We're going to go to the NHL. This is a rated A play. Coyotes, Ducks, we're going under 6.5 late game tonight. Then in the NBA, Grizzlies, Jazz, over 224.5. Both of these teams in the early season, playing fast. They look like over teams love overs early in the season. Now, if you're not a SportsLine member, what are you doing? But we're going to handle it right here and right now because everybody in the chat keeps asking, hey, Buckets, where is your articles? Hey, Guru, where's your, hey, Maestro, where do we get? One place, SportsLine. And I'm going to give you 60% off. Use that promo code COACH. There is the QR code, sportsline.com/join, and come be a part of what we're doing. Hit that quarterly plan. You get all the simulations, all the articles. What do we say? Knowledge is power. Now, Sia, yesterday, you almost added a check mark here on the show, and today you are pulling that trigger. What do we got?
Yeah, I gave about a 4-minute dissertation on why I like the first half bet, but I didn't give it out. So that's my bad because that one cruised. But we're going another first half play here, actually. So Ball State is playing Bowling Green. It's at Bowling Green. Bowling Green, the better team, certainly by record. And I do expect them to maybe pull away late in this game behind their running game. Bowling Green loves to run the ball, but Ball State does too. And that's part of the reason you see a low total here. It's 40. In the first half, the total is 19.5 or 20. I've got Ball State first half plus 3.5 here. Again, anytime I'm getting over 3 in a low half total of like 20, 19.5, which is where this sits, I think I'm kind of on the right side here. Conservative game plans on both sides, like I said. Now, the thing about Ball State is, if you look at their entire record, not very good. They only have 2 wins, but they've played really well the last 2 games. And I think that's in part because of a quarterback change. Kyle Kelly is the quarterback. He's a dual threat. Again, Ball State's going to run the ball with him and with their running backs. And for the record, Ball State, they held Toledo. Toledo's very good to 13 points, and they beat Central Michigan in their last time out. So while I think Bowling Green is good and may pull away with the running game late, behind Tyrion Stewart, who is a very talented running back, I think Ball State first half here is the play at plus 3.5. I'll mention I still like Ball State plus 5.5, but I don't think that's the better play. I think the better play is Ball State first half behind these conservative game plans. I expect them to either be tied, winning, or only down 3 by halftime.
I'll ask you one very, very simple question. Do you want to do that much work on a Wednesday night Maction game? I didn't think so. Smack dab in the middle of 50 straight days of football, a football game all the way to November 22nd. And this is just November 1st. Counselor, as always, thank you very much. Now, Maestro, I know we got a little note yesterday because I tell people all the time, we're actively, daily, trying to make SportsLine better for the good people who are on this journey with us. So as I look at your two plays, I think it's a great time to educate the good people on all the different plays now that we are able to get at SportsLine as we feed into your plays. What do you think?
Yeah, the pick feed that we've had on SportsLine is constantly expanding with team totals, game props, player props, and I have 2 NBA props today. We have a 13-game NBA slate. This is a massive slate. We talked about Scotty Barnes before the season, and his first points, rebounds, assist prop of the year was 26.5. Well, now it's 30.5, and I still think it's too low, especially in this matchup with the Bucks playing their first road game. The Bucks are the 4th worst defensive team in the league so far after a small 3-game sample, and the Raptors just don't have a lot, and Scotty Barnes is in the middle of everything they do. He's cleared this easily in his last 3 games. I'm going Scotty Barnes over 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And then in the Hawks-Wizards game, Trae Young, officially questionable, showed up on the injury report with right Achilles inflammation, but the expectation is that he'll play. His props are up. He's not shooting it well. 24% from deep this season, 7 of 29, but he is getting to the foul line with regularity. The Wizards may not have their center, Gafford, in there, and Kyle Kuzma may have to play center. So I think Trae Young will be looking to attack the rim and not shoot a lot of threes. His shot has been off this season. Like I said, 7 of 29. I'm going under 2.5 trays at minus 143.
It's all about finding those slow starters. That's what we talk about all the time. As the Maestro said, you can get all these picks at SportsLine. In fact, you can get every single pick that we gave out on this show an hour ago if you're a SportsLine member. That's how important these numbers are. And for all of you out there going, oh, well, what about after the promotion? Well, period. After that, it's all $10. I see you in there. Starbucks, Dunkin', whatever you eat in the morning, skip one day. And you can be a part of what we're doing. One day. That's it. That's it. Now, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is a recap courtesy of my man, the Snake, always on the ones and the twos. The Counselor. We're going first half college football, Sia. Ball State first half plus 3.5. Then Amags, really smart play here. Zach Gallen, how long will he be allowed to go tonight? That's the question. We're betting it will not be for more than 15.5 outs. Then the Maestro, 2 big plays tonight. Scotty Barnes over 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And Trae Young, we're going under 2.5 3-pointers, minus 143. You can get that, of course, at BetMGM. Then the Guru, a busy day on the pitch. How about Man United and Newcastle? Both teams to score. You know that's my favorite bet, minus 135. Then parlaying 2 things together. Liverpool on the money line and Arsenal on the draw no bet line. Then can we go 4 for 4 over the course of 2 days from the site? I believe that we can. Coyotes, Ducks under 6.5 in the NHL, and the Grizzlies and the Jazz over 224.5. Both, last time I checked, rated A plays at SportsLine. And do not forget, today at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, it's our weekly college football mega preview. We've got AB, our 5-tool player. We've got EC, and we've got our man Chip Patterson. All the odds powered by BetMGM. We'll see you at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So another good start to the day. A lot of energy, a lot of positivity in the chat. I love to see it. But now let's take it out there. Be kind to one another. Pay it forward. Bring all your friends. And remember, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. Counselor, Guru, my man Amags, and the Maestro, always bringing the laser focus. I am simply the coach. Never forget about Snake. We're trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.